Hey folks, what's up? Today we're going to be taking a very in-depth look at the K8 series smartwatch. If you spend more than 5 minutes with this device, you'll realize that you won't be able to live with the user interface as supplied by the manufacturer. So we're going to give this UI a complete overhaul without rooting the device. First, we're going to proceed with the out-of-box setup, and then we're going to go straight to the customizations, which involve a custom launcher. We're also going to have to re-enable a back button functionality on the device. We have to access a notifications type service. We'd like to implement shake to wake as a means of turning on the device. Finally, we're going to look at installing a watch face. But first, we'd like to say goodbye to our old smartwatches. The original Samsung Galaxy Gear watch from, I believe, 2013. We're gonna let these watches charge for a bit because they arrived uncharged. Here is the cradle. And after these watches have charged, and I'm hoping it's not more than an hour, we'll go to the next parts of the tutorial. And here's the watch booting up for the very first time. One of the watches was Chinese and the other one was set to English, but I want to give my first impressions of the device, which is that it is extremely fluid. The scroll here, and I haven't fully comprehended the UI yet, but I do want to say that it is extremely fluid. The battery on this is at 97%, and I just plugged this in only about half an hour ago, maybe 40 minutes. We're looking at the quick start manual, and down here there's a QR code for downloading an app. Once I scanned this QR code, it took me to this website where everything is written in Chinese. I took a photo of the page with Google Translate. If I highlight that, okay, Bluetooth devices, Android version, download. So I guess we'll press the download button here. It wants to do all kinds of things, which I expect it to want to do. Now I've put the watch in its cradle, and I'm going to connect it to through the USB cable to the Windows computer. We see USB connected, and underneath it says turn on USB storage. So blah blah, okay, whatever. Oh, and up here, the watch's file system at our disposal. I'm going to try to put some content into those folders. Test videos, random tracks. There doesn't seem to be an app for specifically for playing videos. Anyhow, I'm going to go to File Manager. Navigate to the Movies folder.
Hi, my name is Tony, and this is Every Frame a Painting. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Why am I talking about this guy?
Oh my God, you're Michael Bay!
Oh my God, I am Michael Bay.
Leave us.
Release the Kraken!
Stock up on the canned goods and find yourself a bomb shelter. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 city destruction scenes in movies.
Stay off upper floors and evacuate the streets in the areas under attack.
we're going to take a look at the available hardware sensors in the watch. We have an accelerometer and a sound sensor, a pressure sensor, and that's it. Speaking of hardware, let's take a look at some images taken with the built-in camera. Suffice to say, you will not be using this as your primary vacation photos camera. And this brings us to the worst problem with the K8 camera, is that it is impossible to shoot videos in landscape mode, and even when you do shoot videos, the view as oriented on your screen is not the same as what the camera seems to be capturing. You just have to see it to believe it. Here I've rotated the videos in post just so you get an idea anyways of what the capture is like. Big Launcher wearable is going to be installed onto the device. And so when we turn on the device and press the go to the home button, okay, let's go away from it. Okay, here we go. So now, since we've asked to go to the home screen, it's saying complete action using Big Launcher wearable or launcher. Launcher is the original UI that we're going to replace, so we're going to say Big Launcher always. Okay, and Big Launcher, select language. I'm going to say, just make sure it's English. Check. Text size default. I'm going to just go with default. Check. Dark theme. Do I want to allow deletion of items? I'm gonna just go with don't allow. Okay, and then it says continue to home screen or to preferences. We're gonna go straight to the home screen. Not sure. Okay, so this is the basic installation of the Big Launcher wearable, and these screens can be customized, as I'll show you. In my opinion, Big Launcher is the most appropriate launcher for this device. The horizontal scroll feels a little more intuitive. Your panels can be arranged either in a 2x2 as shown here, or they can be one giant button or widget, and most Android widgets work with the app. After installing Big Launcher, you will no longer get notifications from Android until you install heads-up notifications or something similar. Heads-up notifications has a lot of different settings for font size, and you can choose random colors, and it works really well. It says, congratulations. Oh, 8 seconds left, 6 seconds left, 7 seconds left, 4 seconds left. I just want to show you that the notifications from the Heads Up app is working, and that's a notification that you would see for an app being downloaded, and in this case it's the all-in-one gestures app that we're downloading, and that's going to resolve the problem of not having a back button. Okay, so for example here, this should go back to back one frame, which would be the home screen, and it does nothing. That should go back but does nothing. So what I have to do is I have to turn it off, turn it back on, and it goes back to whatever its home screen is. So we're going to change that. We're going to go to use all-in-one gestures to enable us to swipe down. Okay, so let's see. We're going to say enable, and we're going to say which edge, and it's only going to be the top area. Okay, and that is going to represent back. And there should be nothing else on, and I think we just let it go. Okay, yeah, it's there. Okay, if you notice now at the very top of the screen is a half circle, and that half circle represents the starting point for the gesture, the downwards gesture, which we've mapped to go back. Oops. Okay, the service needs to be enabled in settings, accessibility. What's interesting to know here is that the accessibility shortcut menu is very hard to reach from this watch. In the settings menu, you have, some settings that you expect, and a lot of settings seem to be missing, and accessibility is one of them that's hard to find. But occasionally these apps, these customization apps, especially the gesture related ones and the notification ones, have to access the accessibility menu. So we're going to turn all-in-one gestures on. Okay, and now we're back at the home screen. So that's how we resolve the issue of not having a back button. We use an app called all-in-one gestures from the Play Store. Let's deal with the shake to wake issue and find the app that's going to do it. The app I found that seems to do the job consistently is called Gravity Screen. You want to have the default pocket sensor sent on, which recognizes when the phone is tilted on an angle. And when you tilt it back up, it turns on. Now, in the free version of this app, the free version of this app won't be useful to you because there is a timeout. Okay, turn on by motion, and here is the timeout. Because this feature uses more energy, you can set a time interval to limit the time it can be woken up. So basically that means that after 15 minutes the sensor turns off. So we're going to change this to infinity. When we try to change it to infinite, you see that it wants to go to the unlocked version. I'm just going to click on that. And basically, it's going to cost you $2.47 to buy it, which I recommend. Okay, so for $2.47, we have upgraded to the Pro version. And so that means that we should be able to set the timeouts to infinite. So that means it will never stop, it will never turn off the motion sensor. Check it once more. Off and on. Here are the settings for Gravity Screen Pro. We've changed pocket sensors angle to 90 degrees. We have set the table sensor as well to 90 degrees. We've deselected lying face up. There's no proximity sensor. So turn screen on by motion we've got checked with an infinite timeout. We had to decrease the sensitivity to 9, and we had to turn on the false turn-on protection in pocket. Keep screen on by motion we disabled, and I think that's all of the... Oh, and start at boot is probably crucial. So that's the settings for Gravity Screen Pro. I'm going to set up this UI from scratch on this watch. So it already has, this is the default. I'm going to go into the control for Big Launcher, and I'm going to go straight to Customize Buttons and Screens. So it has there's two screens, the home screen and the second screen. I'm going to add another screen. And so that gives me 3 screens. What I want to do is okay, let's have a look at the home screen. Okay, here are the buttons on the home screen. We're in set buttons mode. What I want to do is I want to copy those two apps and the controls for Big Launcher, I want to immediately put them on a different screen. So let's go back and back again. So now we're once again looking at the screens list, and so let's say on the, let's see, on the second screen, I'm gonna set some buttons. Okay, these are the existing buttons on the second screen. We're gonna get rid of these. Just click on them, say clear, click on it, clear. What I want to do here is I want to add a Wi-Fi toggle, and I'd like to add the camera, which is an application. Okay, there's the camera, and the control panel for the overall Android systems control panel, which I think is an application. Settings. Okay, settings, and let's talk about this. This is the, okay, let's actually go to the home screen. Once again, okay, so I've kind of reset the phone, so, here on the second screen we have the icons that we've just customized. I'll show you that. This turns Wi-Fi off and on, and same thing here with Bluetooth off, Bluetooth on. Okay, yeah, this is the native phone settings, and there are things like accessibility are missing from this list. You will probably want to download another app. The one I used is called Android Control Panel. Let's crack it open, and the print is extremely small, but it gives you more access to controls for the Android system. More controls, that is to say, than the baked-in one that came with the watch. The home screen is ready to be replaced with the clock. We're going to go customize buttons and screens. We're going to deal with the home screen, set buttons, and we're going to clear all these guys out. Okay, and then we're going to go back, and we are going to set the layout. Instead of 2x2, which is the icon grid that you saw, we're going to go with 1x1, which is basically just one icon on that screen. And the deal with Big Launcher is that you can use common Android widgets mixed in with your icons. So let us now set buttons. So the screen looks to be blank, but that's actually just one large button. Press on it. We are going to add an external widget. Okay, the external widget is going to be a clock. I have no idea what this clock looks like, except it's called Square Clock, and I downloaded it from the Play Store, so let's see what it looks like. It's low res because we're seeing a preview from Big Launcher. Alright, so now we should be able to just exit right out. Ooh! So that is now the home screen of the launcher, and those are the buttons, and it scrolls back to the clock. And that's our look at customizing the K8 series smartwatch. We'll see you next time, probably with another watch, because the K8 will not be the last watch to grace this wrist. See you, and thank you.